You better appreciate this. I was eating cheesy poofs, and you interrupted my cheesy poof time. 7:32 p.m. Thursday, November 17th, 2022, supposedly. I just got done posting a bunch of pictures on Instagram to make the haters choke on their own fucking ding-dongs. So, somehow my Instagram link was removed from my upload defaults. So I put it back. That way, these idiots can stop tricking me with their fake accounts. Because there's only one. Okay, for serious time. While I was taking pictures, I started channeling like this other person's energy, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not mine. And I asked the guides what to do about it, because all day today it's been a really weird energy. And they're like, whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, let me deal with this person's weirdness. Excuse me. That was a hiccup and a burp. Okay, put that there. You can't see the cords. How are you guys? I don't really feel any weird negative energy and shit, so I think the good guys are out. You know, I bought this new shampoo and conditioner that's supposed to be like clarifying. Bro. That one, really? Okay, so which one? How many cards am I pulling? I want to go eat cheesy poops. I got Titans to watch. Okay. If you guys are coming into the chat room and you aren't douchebags, click that like button so YouTube's like, oh, I'm gonna put this on the recommended. So whoever it is that actually needed this reading can find it. Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna, ow, son of a bitch. There was a thing, I was telling you, the person that wants this reading. It has nothing to do with the energy I was reading for this morning. It has a lot to do with someone in the environment. Do you see that? That does not belong in there. What the fuck? Someone could be adopted. What else? Oh, right, a heartache that doesn't want to be talked about. Whoever it is that this reading is for is someone that was watching the pictures I uploaded on Instagram. Because when I was uploading those pictures, I felt the presence of someone else and a whole bunch of other people. And I don't really know them. So there was a lot of people that were dealing with paperwork, but then there was also the feeling of like maybe I'm supposed to remember something or someone and I don't. I don't know, it's that kind of feeling. So I'm going to pull a few cards and see what this is. and then you decide what resonates and what doesn't for you. And I'm going to do this so you can see the cards, because when you're looking at the cards, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, am I electrocuted again? When you're looking at the cards, your intuition's going to give you advice, okay? Your guides and all of that. So I know you're sad. Whoever you are, I know you're sad. It's okay. We're not going to feed into the sadness. Just, there's always hope, okay? Even though if it's a false dangling carrot or an invisible dangling carrot, or if it's an addiction that's keeping you going, if it's like waking up and you're like, oh, the only thing I want to do today is have a cigarette. Go fucking have that cigarette. Go and just do nothing all day if you want to. Go and tell people how you really feel, but do it in a way where you're not going to get smacked in the face. I don't know. There's a lot of talk I've been hearing on the internet from a lot of other channels who are like, oh, ascension's coming, the harvest is coming. You know, people are ascending and evolving. And to me, it just sounds like people dying. So if I'm going to take away the bullshit of it and be like, okay, what's really going on? A lot of people are probably moving on to the next stage, you know what I mean? And for some people, that could be a literal like coffin involved. For other people, it could be who you were yesterday isn't who you're going to be tomorrow. Like, who I was earlier today in a video is not who I am now. It's energy, it shifts, it changes. Who you are is consciousness that chooses what to do with that energy. So if you're sad, are you sitting in that sadness and going? Or are you like swimming in that sadness and learning what each feeling is? You know? If something just touched my hair, or did my hair fall? That felt weird. Energetically, this feels like, whew. Oh my God, you guys are carrying so much pain. Ew. The intention with this is that your repressed pain get illuminated so that you can see what's actually there and not be afraid of turning on the lights, okay? So if there's a meditation or something you do where you go into some basement and you find some weird version of yourself that's been locked away and you hate it, pretend I'm there with you and just it's not so scary, is it? Just leave it be. Just leave it be. Because I can guarantee you, whatever you find in that dark basement of your mind and your soul is the kindest version of you. It's who you are that you left behind. For me, as most of you apparently seem to know, the piece of me I left behind was the goddess. For thousands of years, I was like, why about I'm gonna wear a mask? And then Big Mama was like, the fuck you are, little baby. Take that mask right on off. And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna take it off for you. I was like, nope, I'm gonna wear a mask and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be a boy. And she was all like, oh really? Oh really? Is that what you're gonna do? That's so funny. So, truth has been illuminated to you, literally. Something is avoiding being looked at. I was just trying to look at the camera and my eye felt like I had to skip over something in the energetic field. No hiding. On a really low vibrational scale, the Queen of Swords is legal matters, documents, records, inheritances, family lineages, heirlooms. This to me looks like black something coming out of her blood, like the red. So it's like DNA tampering kind of thing. It's something weird. Because when I try to look at it, you see how this eye up here is closed. But it's the Queen of Swords. It's like even the truth was blinded to something. Because something was made to be something else. It's like the story of the last unicorn. But at the same time, something is what it is. But it's a projection of something else on something to not make the other thing seen, but to make the other thing seen. You see how that mask is neither this mask nor her own face? It's something else. It's not even the same color palette, but a mask was put on that to take the Ten of Pentacles. And the universe, I guess you can look at this as Mother Sophia, saw something and sent that luminous light down to go, boop, no more bullshit. On a very high level, someone's winning a court case. On a like cosmic celestial level, wisdom has been seen. Truth has been heard, blah, blah, blah. On my kind of life level, where I'm just by myself all day long and the only notifications my phone gives me is like weather reports. I mean, really, for my life, this is like, I'm going to watch a TV show while eating snacks and it's going to help me recognize something about myself, or it'll be a story that I lived before or something. Something that helps me see something more clearly. For you, whoever you are, with that weird achy heart thing, whether it's a collective or not, I don't know. I'm seeing it as a woman crying in a dark room. But then there's a man in a dark room looking at a laptop, and there's a woman standing behind him, and she's trying to get his attention to go to her. So I'm seeing this as the man's face looking through the laptop, and this woman behind him going, hey, send help to that person. So you could be looking at someone, or earlier when I felt like someone was looking at my Instagram, when I was posting pictures and I was like, wait, I don't recognize what this is. Like it was just something weird, completely blank, snapped me out of whatever I was doing. And then I saw that stuff, and now I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait a minute. Something is going on. But it's almost like whoever is this face in the screen, right? Not this face, but like the other faces, like you guys. Someone in the group of you guys is doing something to help someone else. But it's more than one thing. I don't know how to describe it, because what I'm seeing is there's a McDonald's play pool with all those little bouncy balls. And there's like a person in there. And that bouncy ball room was in the dark room. And someone turns the light on and they're in there. But there's like only 2 or 3 little bouncy balls left. Like all the other ones are stolen. And it's like those little bouncy balls have the symbols of the pentacle in them. The, 10 of pentacles, whatever. Each of them has that 5-pointed star. But there's like only one left in there, and it's like a weird purple color. And then this person walks into that room and they're like, what happened? It's almost like something goes, well, that happened. Someone put that on that to take all the other balls, the little bouncy balls. And this other energy that's completely, it's like a big giant grandmother. And she's like, what happened? And then the kid's like, they took all my toys. This morning, that energy was coming in as Inanna having her kingdom taken. Now it's coming in as a child being stolen from by other children. Earlier, it was mixed in between a man missing a feminine energy. But then it's like a feeling of a woman, like a female that can birth a child, dating a husband who is like shape-shifting into something else. So it could be like someone who's transitioning genders or hormone treatments, or, you know, women losing their breasts for whatever reason. I hope you heal, or you are healed as far as I'm concerned. But that's stuff, right? Something's different about someone else that you know. And it's having you see it differently. So it could even be people that have been watching my channel all these years and they're like, whoa, you're different. I'm like, I've been here all along. I've been channeling energy, bruh. Like, you want to know me? Get to know me face to face, not on camera. There's a big difference. On camera, I remember nothing that happens unless it's little Polaroid pictures. Off camera, time is completely irrelevant to me. It never moves at all. The shadows change, like that Sarah McLachlan song. The shadows move across the walls. But time, me, since 1980, I've been this. I don't know how to explain this. I've evolved, I've grown, I've adapted, but I've, you know, transformed. But internally, I'm still me. But people see something else, which is weird. It's like, why are you guys being weird? Why are you being weird? This is what's supposed to be happening. Why are you being weird? You see? You see those feathers that went up when the Queen of Swords, Sophia, was like, what's going on in there? And then it's like, okay, now it's time for this. Here, you can have all those little bouncy balls back. Now we're going to write all that in the book, and then everyone's going to know. It's kind of, thank you. Some of your spirit guides, your guardians, your ancestors, you guys, they are helping you see something so clearly that you're like, whoa. And it's changing how you're feeling about that thing. It's amazing. I don't know how else to describe it to you. It really feels like that mask was taken off, and then that scene, but then that scene in that dark bouncy room, and then the ancestors are going, what the fuck? That's not supposed to be that way. And in that mix, there are a few of you who have romantic inclinations with people around you, who have let those people go. And then you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. But what you guys aren't realizing is there's a doorway that's being moved through. See? So there's no kind of like time to waste and bleed and records and stuff and be like, oh no, we're going to be good to ourselves later. No, we'll be good to that person later. No. You see those feathers? Call to action. Boom. And then the feathers and stuff. And then destiny card. And this card, it's like, whoa there, buddies. You guys stole stuff. Or whoa there, buddy. That's the love of your life leaving. You sure you don't want? Sure? Whoa there, buddy. Whoa, hold on there. That's a child of the Creator. What are you guys doing? Whoa there, buddy. That's your sister, mother, brother, husband, sister, friend, whatever. What are you doing? The Akasha's noticed. What is all this bullshit? Well, we thought it was something else. Well, you thought wrong. Now make things right, or Sky Daddy's gonna. And that little child in the dark room that you were so afraid of. Was her dreaming a dream where she was the bad guy. You guys tell yourselves stories about stuff, and you justify your actions regarding those stories. But when others do it, it's wrong. But when you guys do it, it's justice. You leave and abandon each other, and you're like, it's because of this and this and that. But meanwhile, you're storing pain in your liver and grief in your lungs. You're saying, oh, it'll be fine tomorrow. What if tomorrow is today permanently, and you have eternal life, and you never, ever, ever learn to tell people how you really feel about that? What happens then? When it's billions of years of life that have gone by, and your daughter in the next life is your distant cousin, your mother in your next life is a cashier at a grocery store and doesn't even know you, your children, your neighbors who you're annoyed by, your friends, the ones who betrayed you. And you get to remember, because you'll be eternally alive, but they'll keep recycling. What then? Then you have to find some integrity, don't you? Through the falseness, through the false hope and the lies, you're going to have to find some way in that prison of time to make things right. And if you don't, no one suffers but you. Because even when others feel that pain, to them it's just energy for their castles and palaces. But to you guys, it's a wedding that never happened. It's a rapture that never occurred. It's a relationship that was never fulfilled. All because you tell yourself stories and send each other notes that have nothing to do with reality. Only the unfounded fear of the mortal mind. Certain people are meant to be together. Certain things are meant to happen. Certain legacies are meant to be maintained. Certain daughters are meant to be kings. Certain husbands are meant to be queens. Sometimes this was your father. And sometimes that's the one that got away. And you didn't notice until she became that you lost that. So be careful of the stories you weave to yourself. Because the universe hears every word and feels every icy emotion and every tear. Even your angry ones. But what is meant to be will still be standing, no matter what. Because the word of man cannot go against the will of the gods. No matter how many fires you burn, no matter how many potions you make, or bottles you drink, no matter how many lifetimes you live through the well of time, it's her resurrection. It's her dream. And it will be protected. So if you want something, it's protected. If you love someone, that union is protected. If you want to heal someone, their bodies are healed. But if you're going to steal what's there and call it your own, then this happens. There are commandments in the universe that keep the flow of life going. Do not take what is not yours. Do not take a life. And do not imprison another life as your own. They are all creations of God, of the Great Mother. They are all sovereign. The earth is sovereign. The planets are sovereign. Your heartbeats are sovereign with God. How dare any of you decide to make anyone else not sovereign? As if you are the gods deciding the scales of justice and holding the keys of life and death. Death holds those keys, as you can see. And all they're looking for is compassion, kindness, the right thing to do, the moral thing to do, the Christed thing to do. So in your situations where your world is turned upside down because of a lover that could have been, or a situation that never should have been, or if your story is like Inanna, where her kingdom was taken by people with penises because they didn't want a woman in charge. So they desecrated her. And she came back over and over and over as Ishtar, as Isis, as etc., etc. And every time they stole what was hers. Until she forgot who she was. And they had to remember her for her. So even the evil act you commit eventually will come back to have you repair what you stole. So you may as well do it now. If you love someone, tell them. If you want to be with someone, be with them before they're gone. If you stole something from someone, give it back to her. If you made a promise, keep it. If you call yourself a child of God, then nourish the world you walk on. And if you call yourself a collective, then act like one. Because no spoke on this wheel fights another. They work together. It's called unity. Within unity, there is no sovereignty. They are all sovereign. It is so sovereign, there is no need to make that word. But in the world of man, they do not want the real light. They want the false light. And all the false light does is cry out for the real light. And then when you get it, you scatter it. You abandon it. You leave it scattered on places of the world in different aspects of itself, the triple-fold heart of Gaia, broken into man, woman, and hermaphrodite, neither whole without the other, wandering the earth looking for each other, perpetually abused, until all the pieces come together, and her dream returns to her dream instead of her dream, because there are two. One is the liar, the other is obviously the truth. Because you can tell. You can just tell. Because it feels real and simple. It feels like Ostara screaming to get out, screaming to live, while others are wishing that they can take what's hers. The longer you hold things inside you that don't belong to you, the longer your bodies will fight it and reject it. Because it is a foreign energy within your beings that does not belong to you. You don't want to see the truth, but it's the truth. It's literally called honesty that you don't want to see. No, that can't be her. But it honestly is. Hi. No, that can't be the love of my life. No, it can't be the love of my life. But it really is. Unity. Then why do I feel so afraid? Why do I feel so jittery? Why do I feel like I'm scared? Because it's time to go a different way towards the love of your lives. It's time to go towards the Great Mother. And that does not mean physical death. That means we go the other way. I was shown a vision earlier of a woman in a honeycomb, like a honeycomb stack. It looks like a cow's stomach. And inside that place, she was looking out from inside of it and she couldn't see anything. And somebody was like, push. And the woman didn't know how to get out. And she was afraid to come out because she didn't want to hurt anything. So what was told to that woman is, wait. And then a path opened. And then when that woman came out, she was a baby, but then she like became a teenager, and then she split into a whole bunch of different people. It was a very weird vision. But the thing they're asking me to tell you is when she was inside that honeycomb sack, she was constantly being dripped in honey. And it was like this panic of wanting to get out and like claustrophobia. And I was like, why are you showing me this? They're like, just wait. And then I was like looking over the shoulder of this woman, of this baby, of this woman, of this being, this creature, and that womb thing. And it was like the honeycomb broke apart just a little. And then it was so strange. It was like compassion was flooding that being's body as she was moving out of the canal. Because she didn't want to hurt wherever she was, because she didn't know where she was. So she was moving out real slow. I feel like I witnessed someone's birth. But they're being born with the consciousness of a grown woman. I don't know how else to describe it. And no, I'm not talking about myself, you fucking weirdos. I'm not talking about myself. I'm fairly irrelevant, obviously, to the internet, to the world, family, friends, neighbors. So stop thinking I'm projecting. I'm a channeler. I'm an oracle. The Knight of Wands. No, is that Wands? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Someone has their eyes set on someone else in a good way. Remember I was telling you earlier, someone looking at a screen at someone else. See that shadow? That's the shadow of that spirit guide there. It's like that telepathic shadow is connecting these two people. Six of Diamonds. Excuse you. Three of Swords being slapped right out of my hand. Let me see if another card went under the table. Hold on. Or under the chair. Nope. Okay. Sorry if I had any wardrobe malfunctions. This shirt is super tiny. Okay. Three of Swords. Someone does not want this union to occur. Someone has their eyes on someone. Someone else is butthurt about it. Oh, wait. That looks weird now. Dang it, but you can see the cards. Hi, Anna. Hope you're well. So there's someone who has their eyes on someone who wants to move towards someone. That person has no idea. And then there's another person who wants to interfere. Because we all know the story of Cyclops and Wolverine. Wolverine wants Cyclops' girl. But Cyclops has been busy pretending that he's in love with Shadowcat. And we all know who Cyclops belongs with. It's Jean Grey, not Emma Frost. Though, in the comics, I don't know if you guys know, there was a whole threesome thing going on between Jean and Scott. A quadruple sum. Jean Grey, Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Wolverine. It was kind of hot. And yes, this was in the comics. The world is a weird place. Okay. So despite someone, like Six of Pentacles again, despite this other person wanting to interfere, someone in their corner is stopping them. So that Cyclops character can break free and move towards what he actually wants, which is really going to piss this guy off. So this guy's friends are like constantly holding him back because they're like, no, bro, you gotta let them be together, bro. And then even the bad guys are like, no, you gotta let them be together. And this guy's like, no, she's mine, bruh. What's not yours cannot be yours, no matter how much you try to fight for it. She belongs with him. So if there's someone in your life, look at how angry this guy is. Ah, too bad. So sad. Bye. If you guys like somebody, if you love somebody, fucking tell them. Just tell them. Have you guys not seen enough fucking sad love story movies to where like the people never tell each other and then like shit happens and the person leaves and they're like, oh, I should have told them when I had the chance. Well, you have the chance now. Every breath you're taking is a chance you have to use that breath as a word towards someone you care about, or as a negative word towards someone you don't care about. But the joke is those negative words you send towards others, they stay with you first. Whoops. So be careful what you guys are doing and be careful with what you guys are repressing, because repressed emotions turn into dis-ease. Dis-ease. Like not at ease. And then that not at easeness turns into disease. And then you gotta take medication to fix that disease. When all you gotta do is tell the truth. And remember, it's energy is kind of like blood, okay? So, fucking cheesy poos. I haven't drank anything since I ate them. You guys got to remember, energy is a vibration and it goes to its where it belongs to. So, just like water. So, if you guys have an emotion towards someone, that emotion is constantly flowing towards them, and that person is constantly receiving that flow. But if there's no communication between the two, it's just a constant annoyance of having to think about somebody over and over. And then when they come together, it's conflict because it's an elongated time where it's just without communication. Get it? And on the other side of that, if you take energy that doesn't belong to you, things that don't belong to you, physical things, material things, personality habits, aspects of other people's personality, the way they respond, emotions, like not being inspired by them, but like legitimately copying them, okay, and pretending to be them. When you're doing that, you cause dis-ease in your bodies regarding what is actually yours. And it's kind of like injecting two different blood types together. It destroys the soul. It like not destroys the soul, it like destroys the body in a way. Because you're forcing the body to be doing something that it doesn't want to do. It's not natural to it. It's kind of like me plugging in an air conditioner in, like, from the US in, like, Turkey or something. There's different outlets. So if I go to someone's house in Thailand, right? And I'm like, I'm going to go to Thailand and I'm going to go to the Buddhist people and I'm going to just take all their fabric and all their cloth. And then when they get mad, I'm going to blame them for being mad. And I'm going to be like, I did it because they were bitches. And then someone's going to be like, how dumb would I look if I walked away with all the Buddhist monks' outfits and their flags and their huts and all that stuff? And all their ancient relics and stuff. And every time they're like, thief. And I'm like, free whole world, baby. Bye. Like, do you see the absurdity of that? Like, it's mine now. I claimed it. That's not how this works. I can't go and claim a lightning bolt as my own. It's energy floating through space. It's not my own. It all belongs to God. There's specific energies with individualities, yes, which you cannot claim as your own. So, do you see the problem? It's kind of like everybody is infected with everybody else's energy. And then they see those who aren't infected with other people's energy, who are authentically themselves. And they're like, oh, that's a problem. That person being authentic makes us, notice that we're not authentic. Oh no, destroy it. So why don't you guys just stop pretending to be other people, get over the shame factor and the embarrassment of what you guys have done to yourselves, send all that energy back to where it belongs, and recognize who you guys actually are. Because in that dark basement room where you guys are afraid to go in your subconscious, the real you is in there that you've left dying. While you're pretending to be Brad Pitt or Kate Beckinsale or fucking, I don't know what the fuck else. Like, who else is out there in the world now? Like, famous people, fucking Whitney Houston or something. I don't know. I just got TV a week ago and I've been watching HBO Max Titans. That show's cool. I got through season 1 so far. Next is House of Dragon, and then I guess I'm gonna get into Game of Thrones finally. I've only seen 1 season of it, like the first season and then half of the second season in like 2016. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. And Daenerys' world and all those weird Targaryen things. There's been so many thumbnails on YouTube of like, watch this spoiler-free review. And I'm like, no, get it away from me. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you about all this, because I've seen this sad movie drama thing so many times, and then there's so many card readers who are like, oh, your love's returning, your love. No, they're not returning. They're busy staring at you from a distance. And if they are returning, they're probably going to return at a time where you're fed up with them and you're going to snap at them. So you guys got to adjust your energetic centers first so that people feel safe to come near you. And then you have to actually allow yourself to have that experience. Think about that for a minute. If I'm telling you I'm planning a birthday party for you, you're going to be really awkward, aren't you? If you're the person that this reading was for, you're probably going to be feeling really awkward knowing that someone planned a surprise party for you. So you probably wouldn't go anywhere around your birthday just to avoid having that confrontation to you, because you would think it's a confrontation, but it's actually your birthday party with friends and family. You're probably the kind of person that when someone says, you're evolving, you're ascending, you probably think, oh no, I'm dying. Oh no, oh no. Right? I feel it. I'm aware of what you guys are feeling in that way. It's okay. So put that thing aside for a minute and recognize that whole thing of oh no, I gotta avoid it. I can't go. People are gonna pay attention to me. Oh no, I gotta hug people. And what if this happens? And what if that happens? And I gotta be around people. No. Or the love of your life is getting on an airplane and leaving, and you're at the airport. You're like, oh, should I say something? She's already waiting in line. And the love of your life is sitting in line going, okay, if that person doesn't show up in 10 seconds, I'm buying my ticket and leaving. And the person is standing behind them going, do I say anything? What if it's a better life for her if she goes on her own? And then she's sitting in line going, oh my God, I cannot believe you left me again. How stupid. How stupid. How tragic. How tragic. And then people stealing what isn't theirs. People, places, relationships are like, no, I want to live there. Nope, that's my wife. Nope, that's my kingdom. Nope, that's my inheritance. Nope, that's my this. Nope, that's my that. Nope. That's not yours. It's not yours. And I don't want to say that because of how mean it sounds, but it's kind of like a slap to the face to a bunch of people. So some of you need it. I mean this with the utmost sincerity. When God gives you the gift of who you are, and you put that gift away because you think it's not good enough, and someone else's habits are better, then what you're doing is spitting in God's face for the gift of who you are. And on the other side of that, when you guys are sabotaging and scapegoating other people and stealing what's theirs, what you guys are doing is spitting in the face of God for the gifts that God gave you for your path in life. Because you guys think it's either not enough or that you're entitled to more than what's yours. So you take what belongs to other people. Some of you even have jewelry that you say that you contain the souls of your enemies. Those enemies are the children of God. They're only enemies because you want to play a game. They're not actually enemies. They're people who have homes, families, children, pets, furniture that they take care of, bank accounts that they monitor. They have birthday parties they go to, they have food they eat, they sleep, they shit, they piss, they burp, they cry. But to some of you, you want to call them evil. But the real evil in this world is denying other people the right to live the life that's meant for them by God, because you want what's theirs. The real evil is allowing the people you love to live a life not knowing how you really feel about them. because that part of you will eternally be missing in them. Because when you were incarnated with them, you decided to be a coward. So before you guys click on any of the card reading, ever, sit and stare at yourselves for a little bit. And really pay attention to the bullshit excuses you guys make up to justify the evil behavior you commit through your actions. That you excuse based on Christ's sacrifice or based on what other people have done that was permitted out of mercy. And some of you thought that's how life works. And to those of you that do that, you spit in the face of God when God gives you mercy. God gives one person mercy and you guys are like, no, if they can do it, so can we. So then you all do it. But the reason they got mercy is because they're pure-hearted. These other ones won't get mercy, no matter how much they pretend to be like the pure-hearted. The eyes of God can see through your skin. The scales of Ma'at weigh your heart, not your mind and your words. So I'm here to tell you and to help you. Please clean your heart. Because, bro, your hearts are so heavy with the gravel of grief, of the things you guys refuse to say to each other. I've been sitting here on the fucking internet for years, pouring out my soul to you people. What have I gotten in return? People shitting on me, pissing on me, raping me, stealing from me, smear campaigns, damaging me with directed energy weapons, accusing me, lying to me, stealing from my bank account, reforging my history, my documents, sabotaging my YouTube channel, saying that there's only 2 people watching this, but there's obviously more than 2 people watching this right now. But I only get to know 2 people. I've lived for 42 years now on this planet, and I have never been allowed to leave a room unless I'm chaperoned. Ever. I've never been allowed to have more than $900 a month. Not in this life or the life where I was Frida. This is 2 lifetimes now. When will you people learn that you guys create your own evil with the things you refuse to live with? Evil spelled backwards is live. What you refuse to allow to live is the evil you commit in the world. And no millions of Christs sacrificing themselves at the feet of your crosses or Red Bulls can wash that stain off your souls. Because you people committed evil to yourselves by taking what wanted to live and crushing it and saying we'd rather be like that person instead. Oh, honey, thank you. You're one of 2 people my entire life that's ever said I'm sorry to me about anything. My birthday's next week, and I don't even have parents that visit me once a year. I don't get a paycheck. I don't get paid by YouTube. I get people doing black magic on me instead. I don't get like those little cards in the mail, Christmas cards and stuff. I get bills telling me I'm late on my fucking 1 credit card that I can't pay off because I can't make money. Because they won't let me be hired anywhere. And then they say that I'm not looking for work. So, and then all these years I've been on YouTube, my channel's been shadow banned. And they've mocked me and laughed at me and copied my likeness. My videos have literally been copied. They've made movies off of my sound files and audio files with the words I say. They repeat them with their actors in their, especially in their Marvel movies. And then their Netflix, like Insta budget fucking films that they bring out, like one season at a time, every other week. Pay attention to what they say if you've been watching my channel. You'll see. God's voice will ring true and let you know, like a golden bell in your heart will go ding. Didn't Starkindler say that? So, whether I realize it or not, this entire world has been influenced by my image and likeness, and I don't even want it that way, positively or negatively, because you guys are supposed to be yourselves, not me. Like, there's another YouTuber who has a really cute YouTube channel, and he's really nice, but he uses my expressions, my mannerisms, my likeness a lot in his channel. And he had 300 subscribers. And then once I was on his channel and started commenting, now he has 1,200 in a span of 3 weeks. All because he's pretending to speak like the bratty, bubbly, Christed child. But he has no idea what he's doing. He just looks like a clown. Another one tried to show up and pretend to be, part of the Sunships. And he was all like, oh yeah, we're coming back to pick you up. We didn't abandon you. Bitch didn't even last 3 days on YouTube. And he quit. He's like, I'm going to talk about the law of attraction instead. Tarot is hard. Like, okay, space alien. You want to go back to the surface now? Because I guess the underworld's too much for you. You guys should not be interfering with each other's lives. And you should not be interfering with your own. You were not given free will to make choices out of the options provided for you so that you could choose options that were never on that list. And those options were harming others. The universe has a law, you guys. Don't steal. Don't covet your neighbor's shit. Don't kill anything. You have no right to kill. Your mothers, your wives, your sisters bring life into the world. The men do not have the right to take it. You do not worship more than one God. There is only one God, the mother of all creation, the source of all existence. Why are you worshiping her children? Like, wake up, human race. Please. Please. Because no one's coming to save you guys. I'm that person. And I'm the one holding the floodgates back. Just give them one more day. Just give them one more day. Just give them one more day. You guys are doing it more and more. We're not looking for 51, 49% no more, buddies. We're going to 100%. So now it's the next step. It's not about being grateful. It's not about law of attraction. It's not about any of that bullshit. It's about your connection with God, the mother of God. Not God the Father, not God the Son, not God the Daughter, not God the Holy Spirit. No. The source of all creation itself. Go right to the source. What do you see there? You'll probably see yourself. And when you do, you'll stop being a dick to people. Because you realize that same thing you saw, everybody else sees. That we're all aspects of that. And we're all here living. And fighting is about as stupid as each one of these deciding to fight the next one or to take the next one's spot. Never shining where they should have been themselves because they keep wanting to line up with the others. Or you could line up where you want to and be absolutely fucking brilliant or homogenized. Your choice. The mother of creation wants this. For each and every person. Nature, order, and chaos. in harmony. Mankind wants this. That'll be $4. It's made in China. So if you follow this thread from your everyday choices you make in regards to what you eat, how you talk to yourself, what you wear, your clothing is a representation of your soul. So what is my soul representing to you right now? You can have that judgment, right? But what is it about you, yourself, that isn't you yourself, that you're holding over yourself so that you don't have to see what you judge about yourself? And if you want to be with someone, you're the only one keeping yourself. All you have to do Hi, how are you? You don't have a number? Facebook.com. So and so and so and so. Click, message. Hi, how are you? Why is life so difficult for you people? You have an entire Garden of Eden that you've torn apart with your machinery and covered in slime and concrete. And you beg for a new earth. When the old earth is dying underneath your feet and you guys are having dance parties on her body. Come on. Wake up to who you people are and what you're doing to the world underneath your feet. The earth has been dying, and you guys are busy worrying about other people's belongings and energy and partners, while you ignore the goddess underneath your feet and you praise a god from above who is floating around the earth and in the earth, protecting the earth from this species. And you guys made a scapegoat and called it Lucifer. As if any being in creation is stupid enough to believe that the light can hold a lie in it. Let that sink in for a minute. What is it lying about? What is it lying about? So pay attention to the light within yourself. What are you lying about? The earth is fucking dying. The trees are no taller than buildings in some places in this underworld bullshit place. People don't grow gardens, they mow lawns. People don't plant trees bearing fruit, they plant trees that are genetically modified to not bear fruit. People don't tell each other they love each other, they play mind games instead. People don't let other people live their lives, instead they want to steal what isn't theirs. They want to pretend to be other people on the fucking internet because they hate themselves. And then you want to scapegoat people like me and say that I'm doing it or I'm projecting. Then why is it you're running from what you're feeling on the inside? Honey, if I'm going to be able to help you here in any way, you're going to have to stop biting the hand that's feeding you. You're going to have to stop stealing. And you're going to have to start telling the truth. Because constantly blaming me for your problems has gone on long enough to the point where the council of gods and aliens in existence are laughing at the human race as if it's a fucking TV show of Real Housewives of Underworld. Real Housewives of Hella. What happened? Where did the dignity go? That I have to sit here on the internet and tell you return what isn't yours, tell the people you love them, clean up your house, eat healthy food, stop killing animals, stop stealing from the people reading like me, reading your cards. Remember the commandments? Were they that difficult to follow? Did you need cliff notes? Do you find nothing wrong with your history? Do you think this is all kosher? Really? Really? You think my face was like this because I chose it? Honey. Now it's time you guys look in the mirror and the light of your face and the shadows you hide from so that you can see that no matter how many card readings you go and watch, no matter how many people you surround yourself with, no matter how many lies you spread, no matter how many people you pretend to be other than yourselves, the truth is the truth, and you know that you're building regret in your own being because of what you're doing. It doesn't matter whether you're a kind angel or a fucking devil or a whore of demons. It doesn't matter. What matters is, why do you hate yourself enough to not be who you are? You'd rather be me or someone else instead. Is it not weird and sad and tragic that the world gets to lose who you are and who the world would have seen you be and your partner that you could have had because you're too afraid to be who you are and to tell the people around you how you feel, or to go for the job that you really want to work at, or to demand what's yours cosmically? Why? Mommy daddy issues? Relationship issues? Gossip? Drama? Bullshit? Lies? Treachery? Injustice? It's you. Because every day you're not standing up for yourself or standing up for the other people who are going through that. I'm doing it. I'll go to my fucking grave in the afterworld defending the earth. Even when you paint me as the villain. Because it's the right thing to do. The earth is your mother. That means everyone born of your mother is your sibling. Hello? It's so much simpler than you guys have made it out to be. The law of attraction and all the biblical things. So much simpler. It's so simple that if I showed up as a tarot card reader on the fucking internet, you would think I'm lying to you. Isn't that funny? Go tell the people you love them before they're gone. Put the bullshit stories aside. You guys instigated all those stories in your own lives so you would have a reason to justify how you feel about those people. Right? Good. Now at least one person knows. So you can feel good about letting it go and going on about your life and being a better person. Congratulations. That's what death is. You let that part of you that you didn't want to let go, go. But this time, let go of the part of you that's been sabotaging you. For me, it's been the part where I've been holding on to a sense of injustice cosmically. And there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. What I can do is enjoy my fucking day. Eat what I want, play what I want, do what I want, take nice hot baths, massage myself with fucking delicious oils and lotions, and take care of my body and my mind and my emotions, watch cartoons and smoke a ton of weed and fucking play video games. Because what else am I going to do? Sit here and be miserable at the fact that I'm forced into poverty and I'm not allowed to leave or get a doctor? That would drive me insane, wouldn't it? So instead, this little star in a jar is going to be a little genie and just do my own thing in my own little bottle. Because what's the point of anything else? How welcoming has this world been? Not very. So you each have a version inside of you of yourselves that is the actual version of yourself. And some of you have turned that self into a demonic shadow side self. Others of you have ignored your shadow side so much you think you're innocent and your shit smells like fucking fruity pebbles. No. So take a good long look at yourselves. Because the life experience I've lived here proves without a shadow of a doubt through the entire Akashic records that human beings are the only source of evil in the universe. There is absolutely no source of evil in the form of gods, devils, deities, entities, or anything else except for what human beings have created in their own minds and forced into reality through energy manipulation and machine technological advancements. And you know that's true. And you guys are like, oh, God has all aspects. Yeah, but God is intelligent enough to know that evil is stupid. So yes, it's aware of evil, but enacting an evil is absolute stupidity. It's like accusing wisdom of being a trickster god. Yes, it's capable of being a trickster, but why would it? It's wisdom itself. Too wise to be a trickster. It uses a trickster thing to heal, doesn't it? So those of you who are like, oh, we're narcissists, or those of you who know narcissists or some shit, or you're like, whatever, I'm an empath. Like, no, you're all of it. Are you utilizing your narcissistic tendencies properly? Because those are your emotionless tendencies, meaning your mind. Are you using your mind beneficially? Because you people are quick to call people narcissists. But all a narcissist is someone with their third eye open, but their heart closed. An empath is someone with their heart open and their third eye closed. A heyoka is one with both open. A god being, a goddess, or a god, or a demigod is someone who has all of them open. And then a true vessel, a true oracle, is above the gods. Because the oracle sits in between the source, the tapestry. There sits the oracle, the voice of God, Mother God, and then come the children of Mother God, to where the oracle is the mouthpiece to the children. Get it? There can only be one oracle, and humans don't get to decide that. There can only be one prophet sent to Earth at a time on each continent for each racial culture. Not two in one place. If there are two in one place, one is the imposter. There can only be one Christed being, and when that happens, they all go. But those that don't want to go, it's like the popcorn kernels that don't pop, they crisp. And it really is. It really, really is. I can't even begin to tell you the shit people have made up about me because of what they project onto me with their own shadow side. And it's their shadow side saying it to themselves. But because they hear it in their head, they're like, my spirit guides are telling me that you're a bitch. But it's like what they're actually experiencing is their own shadow side, their ego, their personality that they're hiding from, calling themselves a bitch. Be like, hey, bitch, behave. And then what they think instead is they say, hey, bitch, behave. Like a puppet to their ego. When I had an ayahuasca experience, Pachamama showed me the human ego. It's a little man dancing in the brain. A man. And it repeats everything Source tells it, but it twists it. So you guys listening to the words in your head, and you think it's God talking to you or your ancestors or your spirit guides, it's not. It's your ego translating source energy to you. And it's distorting it to only tell you what you want to hear because you're not listening with both your ears. You're listening only with your light ears because you want to be a good person. But good people don't want to be good people. Good people want to fight back because they're tired of being abused. Bad people want to be good people. So do good things. Stop wanting to be good and do good things. Grow your soul. And for fuck's sake, sit down with a candle and a mirror or go outside in nature, hug a fucking tree and just push all that shit out of you. That energetic shit. Push it out. It doesn't belong to you guys. So many of you that have your hearts open and you feel the energies of the earth and stuff, and you're like, oh, so sad. It doesn't belong to you. It's the earth. Transmute it and send it back. You don't know how to transmute it? Change how you feel when you're having those thoughts. That's all you do. So if like my ex is watching me or something and he's like, I hate that bitch. Okay, bitch. Well, you're hating yourself for hating that bitch. The thing that says I hate that bitch is the thing inside you saying it hates the bitch you are for not being with that person or liking that person or being nice to that person. So your inner self says, I hate that bitch. Oh, that bitch was toxic. But what you're actually saying is that bitch that you were with that person is toxic because you poisoned the love you had with your stupid behavior. Because you're hearing it first. If that person was supposed to hear it, they'd be hearing it through their own mind and their own God source. So when you guys hear something inside of you, it's for you guys. There's a big difference from hearing messages that are channeled and light language. Okay? There's a big difference with the authentic thing compared to the like that shit. That's jester language. It's not the language of Bara. Light does not use words. It is geometry, it is information, it is sensation, it is life itself. It does not need to speak. It simply that's light language. This is black speech. Recognize where you are. In the higher realms, we do not use this to speak. We use this to speak. We use this to speak. So, recognize yourselves and what's actually yours and what isn't. Because if you don't, I'm not the one you have to worry about. And that's not a threat. That's a guarantee that your souls, your versions of who you would have been, will meet you when you die. And you're going to feel like shit when you look at them and you realize you're a fucking chimera of other people's parts. And the love of your life, your real twin flame, was looking for their other half. which is an authentic expression of who they are, simply in a different vessel. So those two souls can come together and become one being again and ascend. And that means physically not dying, but becoming luminous beings that walk the earth. That's ascension. No one leaves. That's death. That's dying when they stop existing where they are. When they go to that other place. That's called dying. Ascension, the word you guys use to cover up the word dying in your shady fucking secret organization bullshit, revealed. That's not real ascension, is it? That's just a cover word for you're going to die. Just like the harvest is a cover word for a mass amounts of people are going to die. Just like the events are the big fucking keywords they use to trick everybody. So, all that bullshit aside, you can stop everything and make it all better in your world by simply being yourselves. Are you a cigarette smoker? Enjoy it. Do you like wine? What's the best one you like? Are you a whore? Are you a prostitute? Do you have a harem? Cool. I'll come hang out with you. Do you want some coffee? I'll hang out with you at the table. I'm not going to watch you work, but I'll cover the phones for you while you're working. Are you a single mom and it's like your baby daddy fucked you over and left you? Literally? Cool. You want me to go castrate him? Be who you are and stop making other people be who you want them to be. I'm neither male nor female. I can go around being Sophie or I can go around being Veely. Who's to tell me who I am and who I'm not? Nobody, right? So why is it that you guys can, you think that you can go around and do it to anybody else? If somebody comes and takes this from me, when I'm going to go and marry this to this, and someone's like, nope, we're going to take this, and then this is left alone, what happens? Who's the justice for? Who's the guilty party? The one that tricked this, right? But then this too, for being tricked and choosing to be tricked. And then this one for not fighting and holding on to what was meant for it. Because it was told to let it go. And then this one was brainwashed to stay away from this one. Because, oh, that's a bitch. Right? And then this one's going to get on an airport and go. And then this one's like, oh no, the cord's too long now. I can't feel them anymore. I got to go back and reattach. Maybe not. Because if your person's already at the airport hangar and they're leaving, and you're still on your cell phone watching this video, you may as well let them go. And you guys doing smear campaigns on transgender people. It's really funny that you're so jealous that you guys don't look as good as women or men. And a tranny can do it better. Both in a week, in a day, in an hour. A hermaphrodite, a gay person, a transgender person, a lesbian person can outman a man who's afraid to be a man and outwoman a woman who's afraid to be a woman any day. Why? Because they are not inhibited by who they are. They are too uninhibited sometimes, like most people. There has to be a balance. Find that balance. And for fuck's sake, address that grief underneath your right rib cage. It's where the spear pierced Christ's heart. I've looked into that wound for myself and I noticed Inanna, Ishtar, Isis. They were in there. And I felt their pain. when a beard was slapped on them and they were forced to die. And for 2,000 years, people have washed themselves in their blood, but speak of another man's name. The Son of God that died was not just a Son of God. He was in the image and likeness of his mother and God, which is a hermaphrodite, male and female. So take your egos aside if you're a man or woman individually and realize you guys are the broken spectrum of the species. The next anthropos, the next humanoid is hermaphroditic, and you guys are the endangered species. That's why everyone's trying to save what's left of humanity, because you guys are the last remnants, and you guys are destroying each other. Return what was stolen. Speak your peace. Stand up for the poor and the weak. Lift those up who cannot lift themselves up. Harm none, and do as will would do, the will of God, that always does the right thing, the compassionate, moral, kind thing. The version of God that always asks, are you hungry? Do you need food? What do you need? Do you need a hug? Find that affection in you again. Mine was taken from me. They took everything from me. Everything. And they call themselves the children of the sun, when they are nothing more than thieves that live on the surface while we live on the earth, on the inside, as cave dwellers that are not allowed on the surface because we're too ugly and we're too wild and savage. So recognize who your gods are, and recognize who their gods are, and then recognize who the powers and principalities bow before. Because it's not who you're told to worship. Follow your heart and let your mind guide you. And those mean things you have in your head are about yourself, because you've become a type of person that thinks those bad thoughts on a vibrational scale of bliss to apathy. Some of you are in the part of the human consciousness where you think of negative things about other people. Elevate. Elevate. Stop fighting it. Stop resisting it. You've been a bitch. Elevate. Shed your skin. Be new. Otherwise, enjoy where you are and be who you are and keep doing what you're doing, negatively or positively. Eventually, your life force will be snuffed out and you will be judged by yourself and the version of you you would have been. No one else. Because it wouldn't be right for anyone else to judge you. Christ will stand with you, but only when you see the real Christ, not when you see the Walmart, Christmas card version. The real one. He kind of looks like you guys because, you're made in his image and likeness, his and her. So do your things. Be better people. You can do it. I believe in you. Just stop pretending to be other people. Be yourselves. If you don't know how to find the source of creation, simply do what I taught my ex-fiance, who was a lying, cheating, fucking son of a bitch thief. And I never got justice for it. God never opened any other doors for me. I never got what was stolen returned to me. Instead, I was attacked and left here to die. And that's the truth. So, in that whole thing, take that pain and just Don't push it away. Don't let it go. You went through that thing. Someone did that thing. And they made God into a liar because they said God would do something that God didn't do. Someone did that thing to me, probably to you, or you were the person who did that thing. Now, are you going to be another person who does that thing to someone else? Or are you going to be a person who makes things right? Because I can come here looking like Maleficent. I can come here looking like the devil. I can come here looking like a man or a woman. I actually have a beard that I haven't shaved for like days right now. And you can't even really tell. Because your eyes see what you want to see. But you're only seeing things that your brain is allowing you to see. Because you're afraid. And you're covered in other people's energy. And no YouTube video is going to fix that for you. No sage is going to change that for you. You have to go sit somewhere with nature. You go to a church and look at stained glass windows, not at the dead man on a cross. Because he's standing next to you, embracing you. Rip that image off that cross and let that man rest in peace. He suffered enough for your sins. Carry your own cross. Forgive yourself for what you've done and make things right. Otherwise, you're evil. It's that simple. Because you allowed injustice to continue and you perpetuated it through your being, whether large or small. Look at how you're doing that in your own lives. There's somewhere in your life where you're doing it and you know it. For me, right now, it's in the part where I don't know what the fuck to do to get myself out of this living situation. And I mean living in this apartment in this ghetto neighborhood, being too afraid to leave anywhere and not being allowed to have work or make extra money. I don't know what to do about any of it. What I do know how to do is to snap you guys out of it so that you guys can make better decisions and maybe a ripple or a crumb will fall my way. Just enough for me to go find a cottage and live the rest of my days out in the woods as a crazy old witch in the fucking forest. But we'll see how petty humanity's going to be to see if they're going to let me do that too or not. Or if I'm going to die alone here in this apartment. Again. Do you know I died 3 weeks ago? And I came back. Nobody cared. I gave up my cat and my dog because I was told that we were moving. And I'm still here without a cat and a dog now. I'm gonna go. There is no evil in the world other than what's in the hearts of men and their hands and actions. The devil is not a liar because the devil, spelled backwards, is lived. The devil is who you are as the person that didn't live your own life. I'm not the devil. I'm living my own life. What's left of it. And you guys think I have like a lot of other room? That's the front door. That's my kitchen. My bathroom is right there. And my bedroom is right there, behind that wall. That's it. And the bedroom is smaller than this room. Because half of it is taken up by a closet, and half of that closet is taken up by another wall for the next apartment unit. And they have a mentally disabled child who lives there and shoves his face into the wall every night from midnight to around 4 in the morning, going, "Ooh." Ooh. And if I walk too heavy or too quickly, my neighbor filed a complaint. And if I get one more complaint, I get evicted. And the other 2 complaints were for walking too fast in my apartment. One was my cat jumping from the table to the floor. And she was like, "You're stumping your feet." Okay. Sorry. You guys can do better than what you've done in your lives. So, you stole my life. Don't steal your own. I don't have much time left. And I don't know what's going to happen with my life, but at the rate it's been going, individually, me as a person, I'm like the least important person on earth. So I'm not projecting shit onto you. I'm telling you, I've lived a life no one else should live. So just turn it around, take the advice, and go live a better life. Okay? Because if I was at all relevant to anybody, I wouldn't be turning 42 in my apartment by myself again. 6 years in a row. So, treat people better than I've been treated. Because I don't know how much more of my story I can share with you to get you guys to just stop being dicks. Be yourself. Because for all we all know, some of you, had you been yourselves, could have been the best friend I needed. And I never got to meet you. Because you were busy. I love you. Take care of yourself and be your fucking self. Okay? Please. Someone out there needs you guys to be yourselves. And if you're not going to be yourselves, what's the point of you being alive? You just make a robot with your personality and likeness. Just replicated off all the other celebrities, isn't it? Why are you in existence? Why are you alive if you're not going to be you? That's why some of you are depressed. You're like, I'm so depressed, I'm so anxious. Because you don't know how to pretend to be that person out in any situation. So you get anxiety. You don't have those script lines because it's not your script. You know, you get depressed and you're like, why am I so depressed? It's because your energy is being pressured to be yourself because all the energy that isn't yours is being depressed out of you so that you can be yourself. I love you. Take care of yourself.